Hey, what's going on, guys? Flick here, and welcome back to another episode of our FIFA 17 Career Mode Road to Glory with VfB Stuttgart. As promised, we do have a midweek episode today, and I feel like we're grooving in this career mode. I'm liking the progress we've made so far and kind of the direction that we've went with the transfers. I'm just hoping that we can keep that going for the entirety of this career mode. But in today's episode, no simulated fixtures as of now unless we get any added throughout the course of the episode, but some big matches to play, starting off with the home match against Kaiserslautern, one of my favorite clubs in the second Bundesliga. Then we've got a match against Union Berlin on the 19th. Then we do have the Baden Württemberg Derby against Karlsruhe. If you guys aren't familiar with German football, basically these guys are in the same state, or Stadt as they like to say in Germany, so they're within close proximity of each other, so it's always going to be a big match. But before we get into the first match of the episode, I do want to get through the normal stuff like squad reports, training updates, as well as setting up a new scouting network, which is always exciting to see. So in terms of the squad report, as per usual, nothing too different to touch upon. The declining for Gettner hasn't been too significant. And then hopefully we'll continue to get some of our players back from injury, including Brekalo, and we can finally get him some playtime. Here's what this month's player training will look like. We've got Baumgartel, Pavard, Zimmer, who I'm working on his defending because although he's listed as a right mid, I think he would fit this Stuttgart side better as a right back, especially with the potential departure of Kevin Grosskreutz, but the remaining trainings will go to Özkan and Coyote. As we are in November, the January transfer window is quickly approaching, and we need to start thinking about what players we want to bring in during that transfer window. And in the last episode, there was a comment saying we should sign up John Brooks, add another American to the side, and while I do rate that idea, I think we're good on center backs right now between Toski and Baumgartel. I do also want to sign up some potential youth players and develop them into future first team center backs, but I think John Brooks could be a potential target for season 2 of this career mode, assuming we do get an increase in our transfer budget and we are back in the Bundesliga, because honestly he probably wouldn't move from Hertha Berlin to a second Bundesliga side. But one other thing I do want to bring up to you guys and bring up as a poll question has to do with pre-contract deals. If you guys are not familiar with pre-contracts, basically you can sign players on a free and they'll join you for next season. And what I've went and done is using the global transfer network, look for players that are of a first team quality and their contract is expiring for this year. So these are the players that we currently have in the network, most of them being from the Bundesliga. But the question I have for you is, should we sign up players on pre-contracts or should we look to avoid that? Our final scouting report is attached from Poland, and we've yet to find a player to add to our youth academy from Poland. So I'm hoping our luck does change in this report, and we have a potential target here, a 76 to 94 potential player. His value, again, only 70 grand, so I will be passing on this guy and hoping that we can find a different player. We'll also be passing on him, and that will wrap things up from Poland. So unfortunately, we can't sign anyone up for this network. We're not going to let that failed scouting network in Poland hold us back at all. We'll send our German scout to Australia for 3 months looking for an attacker, and I've heard you can get some great results from the Oceanic region, so I'm hoping we can finally add a player with this scout. Kaiserslautern are having a respectable season, sitting in 7th place, but they have a -3 goal differential, so I think we can get a big victory. Absolutely zero problems in our starting 11 going into this match. The squad is in great form and we're not suffering from any stamina issues. One change I have made to the starting 11 though is we've decided to go with Jean Zimmer at right back. He used to play for Kaiserslautern, and I'm interested to see how he can play at fullback. Kaiserslautern is another one of those clubs that used to be powerhouses in the Bundesliga but have now fallen upon harder times, and I would say we're trying our best to not become what they've become. A strong start for Kaiserslautern, and they'll have a hit from well outside the 18-yard box, and it's an early 1-0 lead for them. Only 2 minutes is all it took for them to get the start, and their players seem to dribble by our entire defense. We were caught sleeping, and now we have to come back. Play that wide to Asano. Here we go, to some space, and now let's let the young Japanese player use his pace. Surely he has more than the center back. He's going to hold it back, actually. Shield the ball and play it back inside. Not a great pass, but Ginczek wins it back. We've got Mane. See if he can use some of his skill moves. Playing it back in the middle. This could be a goal. Afori with the chance. The defender actually gave us another opportunity, but Ginczek couldn't poke it home, and the match remains at 1-0. I'll be honest, this has been an absolutely dreadful first half, and I think I know the problem is. We just are stuck staying back and defending that we don't have any options going forward, and whenever we do, we can't seem to get shots on target. The halftime stats summarizing what I've been saying, we need to take more chances. Those chances will be coming from a fresh set of players. Ginczek being taken off, and we'll go for the more pacey option in Coyote. Julian Green being brought on for Mane, and Maxime also being taken off, Özkan coming on. Well, it's been a change of momentum in this second half. It seems as if Stuttgart has come alive, and maybe we can score from across. Zimmer sending it to the far post, nicely done to find Asano back in the middle. This is Julian Green, and taken away from a very dangerous position. It's a 1-on-3, and we need to somehow get out of this and contain the Kaiserslautern attack. Stieber sends it in the middle. Nice block by whoever was staying back, and we really luck out there. Big header one right there. We might have the chance right here. Green is making a nice run in the middle. One more through ball, and this needs to be a finish by Afori. Crossbody, and once again, Afori scoring the crucial goal. He did it earlier in the season, in episode 2, I think it was. And this match is not done yet. I'm still looking to get the winner for the home fans, because we can play better than we are right now. This is Özkan, finding Asano on the left. Özkan, a nice run to get in behind the defense. Cutting inside. He's completely beaten the Kaiserslautern defense, and he just needed to finish it on the near post. No one able to follow up on the deflected effort. And you guys can tell from the gameplay footage that we have completely dominated the second half, and I want to get the winner. To be honest, I expected more from us, but I'll take that result. We played much better in the second half, generating 6 shots, 4 on target, and we'll get 1 point out of this one. Man of the match going to Julian Green, and I completely agree with that. He was a instant impact coming off the bench. We have our first scouting report attached from Mexico. We've had some very good luck with our 5-star scouts, and I'm hoping that it will continue into this network. German Palacios is our first target. 69 to 94 potential, 140 on the value. That's good enough for me. We'll sign him up to the Youth Academy. And we've got another one, Correa, 74 to 94, 475,000 on the value. We found a gem. Brekalo has finally recovered from his injury, and he's once again requesting to get some playtime in this match. The last time he requested this, he got injured for a month, so I'm hoping things can turn around for this young kid. Here's a look at the league table following that draw in the first match, and we still could have as much as an 8-point lead should we win this match against Union Berlin, who are also sitting mid-table in 7th place. Now that we've played a match, I think we can get back into the FIFA rhythm and get some improved gameplay for this fixture. The only change in our starting 11 is Brekalo featuring at left mid. Honestly, not too many recognizable names in this Union Berlin lineup outside of Felix Cruz, who just happens to be Toni Kroos's brother. Nice block by Afori, and now we'll get forward. Switching the play over to Gentner. We'll play out wide now to Mane. Back to Gentner in the midfield. And again to Ginczek. Another pass. The link-up play has been fantastic. Ginczek looking to finish it off with a goal. That's a decent little save by the Union Berlin keeper. We'll get a corner kick out of it though. Afori inside to Ginczek. We've got a player waiting at the edge of the 18-yard box. The cheeky back heel to set up Baumgartel. I feel like we're doing just too much inside the box. Ginczek looking to shoot. And again, saved by Robles. Oh, we've completely overcommitted. And now Berlin could capitalize on this chance. Baumgartel winning a header and still unable to get it cleared. Afori finding Maxime. And now over to Ginczek. A lot of these Berlin defenders have pushed up, and we'll play this one out wide to Mane. Now using his pace. Dribbling it back in. Beating one defender. And we just need to slip that one through. Maxime, I believe he's onside. The finesse shot was poor, to be honest. Our finishing has been dreadful in this episode. We'll try again with Gentner, and the finesse shot going wide. I don't know how, but we go into the halftime break with a 0-0 draw. 7 shots, 2 on target, 56% of the possession for us. We've been the better side, but we have not been able to finish our chances, and we need to improve on that. It's a cheeky backheel to set up Ginczek. Maxime looking to shoot the finesse shot, going inches wide of the target, and that's Maxime's second clear chance in this match, and he can't put either of them away. Alright, completely against the run of play. Union Berlin, I think that's their first or second shot on target in this entire match. That one player dribbled by our entire defense, going by the byline, sweating it across. That's an easy goal for them. We need to make some subs. With 2 changes left to make, we'll take Maxime off, who's put himself in the right kind of position, but he can't put the ball in the back of the net, so we need to make a change there at center attacking mid. Also, Asano coming on for Brekalo. I think we've got time for one final attack, and we need to do it quickly. Ginczek playing it back in the middle. Not a great pass, but we're still with it. Ginczek trying to play it off to the left. Cruz with the interception. I think Union Berlin just snatched away a win from us. And I don't know if we've dropped 3 points so far this season, but I guess there's a first time for everything. And we need to find a way to do better in future matches. Looking at the stats, we just were not good enough in terms of our shot conversion. 8 shots, only 2 of which on target. That is never acceptable. And man of the match, going to a Union Berlin player, it was Hedlund, who created the assist on that first goal, and that was a nice little run. I know this is an automatic message the player sends whenever you grant him playtime when he requests it, but I will say Brekalo impressed me despite losing that match, and I want to make sure I feature him more often. Our final scouting report of the episode is attached from France, and we'll quickly scroll through this one. Barbier might be someone who we can add, but his value is only at 70 grand. And continuing on, we've got Aubert, 690-94 potential, again, only at 70 grand. So no one to sign for this month. We'll close off the episode with a derby match against Karlsruhe, and we only have a 5-point lead at the top of the second Bundesliga table, so we cannot drop points here. The amount of points that we picked up in this episode has been disappointing, but if we can get a win here, 4 points out of 9 wouldn't be disastrous, and this will be the starting 11 to try to do so. Not only is this match important in the league, a win here would give us bragging rights, so I'm going to do everything in my power to play better and get a win. We're throwing it ready from a good position. Green asking for it, and we'll get it to him. And let's just try whipping it across. That's not something we've done often at Asano. How many times has he missed an open header? He just needs... How do you even miss that? I'm seriously considering working on Asano's heading accuracy simply due to the amount of times he's missed chances on those headers. But Maxime nearly got us a penalty kick as he got taken out after the ball was cleared, but still with it. It's a 4E. A nice ball to set up Gettner. Green making a run. First time hit. And we're lucky for that to bounce right back to us. And that seems to be the way Green scores most of his goals. It's simply a matter of positioning. He's in the right place at the right time, but a goal's a goal. Oh, the workaround has been excellent so far. And again, it's Green in the right kind of position. He gets the shot on target. Maybe he should have played that across to Maxime, but we get another corner kick from it. A 4E to send it in. Cross to the far post and cleared away by Karlsruhe. Oh, what a ball to Ginczek. That is too easy. Perfectly placed by Asano. And Ginczek probably won't score an easier goal for the remainder of this season. Asano, the more I play him, the more he continues to improve. That first half was much more characteristic of what we've shown so far this season, and we continue to step up in big games. 2 changes at the halftime break. First off, I want to bring Werner on because he hasn't gotten any playtime in this episode, and I don't want him complaining in the emails. Also, I want to get Coyote his first goal, and the way we're playing today, I think it can't happen. Here's Coyote on the ball. I have his instructions set to get him behind, but he seems to want to track back. A great chance, though! And so unlucky not to score. But once again, is that Julian Green, who is again at the same positioning to get a tap-in goal. And I think that's the 3rd occasion this season where it's happened. There's full time, and although we weren't able to get Coyote his goal, it was a dominant performance. 10 shots, 8 on target. Karlsruhe only managing 1 shot on target. Man of the match today, going to Julian Green with a 9.0 rating and 2 tap-in goals. But guys, that'll wrap things up for today's episode of the Stuttgart Career Mode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like down below. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, and if you're interested, you can follow me on my social links. They're provided in the description down below. But until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.